On the day of the wedding, instead of me, the bride, kissing my husband in a pure white dress was his childhood friend, Samantha. Oh, come on, just got carried away, haha.
Yeah, just for fun, you know. Ha ha ha.
Mm-hmm. All right then. Well, let's make it a memorable wedding then. This is a story of when I pulled off a surprise for my husband and his childhood friend at our wedding. My name is Jessica. I'm in my 30s, working for a film company. I got married 3 years ago, and now I'm a wife juggling work and chores. I met my husband Ryan through work. I was at a year-end party with some clients and ended up alone in a corner, sipping a drink when he approached me. We hit it off talking about our shared love for camping, and soon enough, we were going out to eat together regularly. It didn't take long for us to start dating. Then on a camping date, he proposed to me under the starry sky, saying, "Let's get married." It was like something out of a fairy tale. Of course, I happily said yes, and we started preparing for the wedding, meeting each other's family and all. But then, the pandemic hit, and our plans for a grand wedding were dashed. So we just had a simple civil ceremony to tie the knot for the time being. With our remote work under the restrictions, we ended up spending most of our newlywed life at home. Being newlyweds and working from home might sound fun, but Ryan was a bit different. He preferred being active, so stress started piling up on him. His smile faded, and he got irritable even when he wasn't overwhelmed with the job. Gradually, he started drinking more. I thought it wasn't good for his health, so I suggested, "Hey, how about we go camping for a change? It might be a breeze of fresh air, and there won't be many people around."
Yeah, maybe. But if we are going, I want it to be lively. Don't think it's appropriate to invite my coworkers. Oh, right. Can I ask my childhood friend? We used to go camping together a lot. Oh, and don't worry. We'll set up our tent far away.
I thought it would be some guy friend he's close with, so I agreed right away. When we got to the campsite, I was stunned. Wait, your friend is a woman?
Yeah, this is my childhood friend Samantha. We grew up on the same street and were like siblings. She's always loved camping too.
Nice meeting you. We've been friends for ages. Thanks for inviting me today. Her casual demeanor when interacting with Ryan hinted at how close they were. Sure, I'm Jessica, by the way. Nice to meet you too. I was a bit taken aback that his close friend was a woman, but I shrugged it off. We set up our tents apart from each other and kept our distance during meals. Even though she said she liked camping, she couldn't set up her tent alone, so Ryan had to help her. I tried not to let it bother me, but every time I heard her voice, it irked me a bit. Wow, you've always been good with your hands. Her tone just sounded a little too flirtatious. Well, I didn't have any opposite-sex childhood friends, so I couldn't really relate. I told myself that if you'd been close since you were kids, it was normal to be like that. That was just the start, as she started coming along on every camping trip. Sometimes we'd drink at night, and there were moments when she'd lean on Ryan casually. At those times, he would say,
"You've had enough. Go back to your tent."
So I figured they were just really good friends. Fast forward 2 years into our marriage, and the pandemic was finally over. Work was back to normal, and both Ryan and I could commute like usual. With more opportunities to dine out, he started going for drinks with his colleagues after work more often. Eventually, we decided to finally have the wedding we had planned before. Even though it's been 2 years of marriage already, I thought it'd still be nice for our parents to see us happy, and everyone was pushing for it to be a memorable event. So we started preparing for it all over again. It was tough though. There were so many decisions to make about the date, venue, dress, menu, guest list, you name it. Weekends became all about preparations. But Ryan was busy with work, often coming home late, and even working on weekends. That left me to handle everything on my own.
Weddings are more for the bride, right? So do whatever you want.
But there will be guests from your side too, right? I need your help with this.
Nah, seriously. Do whatever you want, please.
And just like that, he'd pass all the responsibility to me. But then, out of the blue, he remembered.
Oh yeah, make sure to invite Samantha.
I mean, don't people have friends other than childhood pals? Why just her? That got me feeling uneasy. Okay, sure. But don't you have other friends too? Why the insistence of inviting just her?
Well, she's been nagging me about it.
I wondered when they even talked about it. I decided to dig a bit deeper. Wait, have you been seeing her recently?
Huh? No, not at all. Wonder what she's up to.
That answer just made me even more suspicious. Call it a woman's intuition, but something felt off. On the next weekend, he mentioned he'd be working again. I decided to investigate a little. I desperately hoped my gut feeling was wrong. On the weekend, I asked him, "Hey, I'm heading to the venue today. Might be back around evening. Do you think you can join me there later?"
I have a project deadline this month, so I might be late again. Sorry to make you deal with it alone, but I know you always make the right decisions.
And there he went, passing the buck again. If he was going to throw all the responsibility to me, I was going to do whatever pleased me. I headed out ahead of him and kept an eye on the entrance from outside the apartment. Then I saw a familiar woman entering the building. It was Samantha. The way she disappeared inside flawlessly, it didn't seem like her first time. If my gut feeling was wrong, I would have just gone to the venue as planned. But I couldn't leave after seeing what I did. So I called the venue saying I couldn't make it and went to a cafe where I could see the entrance of the building. 3 hours later, they came out arm in arm. Guess it's what I suspected. Despite the shock, I somehow managed to follow them. They went into a restaurant and sat near the window. As I watched them, they seemed pretty chummy, holding hands on the table and all. I couldn't take it anymore, so I went inside and stood in front of them. "Hey, what are you guys doing together? You're supposed to be at work, right?" I asked nonchalantly. Ryan quickly let go of her hand and said,
Oh, just happened to wrap up work early. Took a break and bumped into her. So we decided to grab a bite.
"Oh, really? Long time no see, Samantha. What brings you to this neck of town today?" "Was just shopping when I bumped into him. Figured I'd let him treat me to something nice, you know."
What about you? Weren't you supposed to be at the venue for a meeting?
"Yeah. I felt tired, so I thought I'd head home early. Since you said you'd be late, I thought I'd grab dinner alone, but joining you is fine, right?" Even though he said of course, I didn't miss the discontent on Samantha's face. Despite all the suspicion, I had no evidence. When I got home and checked the room, I couldn't find anything incriminating, so I couldn't really pursue it any further. I wondered when it all started. Being childhood friends, they must have been close even before I came into the picture. After some thought, I decided to reach out to Nancy, one of Ryan's friends from college. She was in the same camping club as Ryan back then. When we went camping in a group at the beginning of our relationship, he invited her, thinking I'd enjoy myself more with another woman around. We hit it off from the start and kept in touch occasionally. I invited her to have a drink together before the wedding. It was a bit hard to bring the subject up, but she noticed something was off with my expression. What's wrong? Got the pre-wedding anxiety? I took the opportunity and asked straight up. Yeah, there's something bothering me. Have you ever heard about Ryan's childhood friend? Her name is Samantha. Oh yeah, I know her. Even though we went to different universities, she joined our club activities. Nothing wrong about joining us, but whenever she was there, things got awkward. Oh, what happened? Like she was obsessive, you know. She'd interrupt whenever another girl tried to talk to Ryan. Even though they were together, everyone felt like it was too much. Wait, she was his girlfriend? Yes, she was. Wait, you didn't know? They've been together since high school. She used to come to the college all the time and was always glued to him. What a turn of events. She wasn't just a childhood friend, but his ex-girlfriend. I told what I saw to her. Geez, that's pretty obvious. You think so too? Yeah, but your wedding's coming up soon, right? What are you gonna do? For now, I gotta gather evidence, whether it's to break them up or divorce. Ryan had been passing the buck to me and enjoying himself with another woman. The fact that he was fooling me and making me handle the wedding preparations meant he wasn't planning to leave me. Heck, it wasn't more like he was planning to keep us both. I was absolutely not okay with that. I had to get some evidence, no matter what. Hey Nancy, mind tagging along for some shopping? We headed to the mall to buy something specific. Fast forward a few months. I was still being left to handle the wedding preparation. Ryan probably never thought I had suspected anything. He said he was busy with work, pulled overtime on weekends, and often came home late on weekdays too. I acted like I didn't notice anything during that time. And then, the long-awaited wedding day arrived. I slipped into the pure white dress I picked out all by myself. Since Ryan said I could choose as I wanted, I went for the top-notch dress. As I put on my accessories and grabbed the handkerchief, I realized I had his. So I headed to his dressing room to give it to him. When I opened the door, there she was, in a white dress, sitting on his lap, kissing his cheek while they took pictures. What the heck? I blurted out in shock. What the heck are you doing, Samantha? And you too. Ryan tried to explain.
No, it's not what you think. She's just a bit drunk.
Samantha seems to have drinking and giggled, saying, Oh, come on. Just got carried away, ha ha ha. Ryan chirped in.
Yeah, just for fun, you know. Ha ha.
Oh, I see. I felt my heart going cold in an instant. If that was how they wanted to play, I had no more hesitation. Any lingering doubt I had vanished in the instant. I was going to end our rotten relationship with my own hands. After all the preparations I had made, I was determined to make it a memorable wedding. And finally, the wedding ceremony began. Ryan and Samantha were sitting there, acting like nothing was wrong. But with her in a pure white dress among the guests, everyone was giving her scowls. They probably thought she was some clueless girl with no manners. But they were about to find out just how bad their manners really were. The ceremony finished without a hitch, and the reception progressed smoothly into the middle. Suddenly, the hall went dark, and a voice announced, "Now, a surprise from the bride Jessica." A big monitor screen popped up, showing the title, The Miracle of Two. I turned to Ryan and Samantha, smiling, and said, "Here's my gift to you. Do you know what I do for a living?" See, I was a video editor. Editing footage was my thing. The clueless Ryan was all excited, asking,
"What is it?"
What appeared on the screen was footage of him and Samantha fooling around at our house. Yeah, it was a miracle of those two.
"What's going on?"
The whole started buzzing. The screen showed Ryan and Samantha sitting on a bed, holding hands and chatting. "Hey, aren't you gonna divorce your wife?"
It's such a hassle, right? With her around, I don't have to do housework, and I get to play around on my days off. And you've got a boyfriend too, don't you?
"I'd rather be with you, you know. But my current boyfriend buys me a lot of stuff. Just the other day, I asked for a designer bag, and he said he'd buy it for me. Look, he even got me this bag."
Damn, you making him pamper you, huh?
Making good money is his only good trade. Gotta make the most of it and spend some on me. The buzzing became even louder. Ryan was freaking out, but the footage kept playing. "So, where are we going today?"
We already tried the new hotel. So how about the one near the station?
"Oh, I like that one. They've got lots of room service options." It showed footage from inside her car. They had been using my car. When I found out they'd been using it to go back and forth to the hotel, I was furious. But it was all for the surprise. I had solid evidence from the dashcam footage and audio. They really underestimated me by not deleting it. More and more footage played, and finally, Ryan yelled out,
"What the heck is this? It's all fake! Stop it!"
But then a couple appeared in front of him with a fierce look on their face. It was his parents. "Ryan, what's all this?"
This must be some kind of mistake. How could you do this while you are married to Jessica?
Then, in another part of the hall, there was another argument going on between a man and a woman. One of them was Samantha. "Stop the film!"
Samantha, explain all that.
The guy arguing with her was her boyfriend, who, it turned out, was one of Ryan's friends and was also invited as a guest. I didn't know about it, but it was a godsend. "This is all lies! Don't believe it!"
That's impossible. Did you choose me just for money? I guess, yeah, the bag you asked for last time was a high-end brand too.
"That's not it! Trust me!"
Then give that bag back. The one I bought.
Well,
You think I would believe you? It's over between us.
With that, he stormed out of the hall. Then Samantha, her face flushed with anger and embarrassment, came over to me. "Hey, you! What the heck do you think you're doing? You planned this all along, haven't you?" "Yeah, I was planning to surprise you guys. Did you like it?" "What's with you doing something like this? I got dumped by my boyfriend." "What are you complaining about? You're the one who has been sleeping with my husband, aren't you? The evidence is right here. Weren't you kissing Ryan in the dressing room earlier?" My in-laws, who were nearby, glared at Ryan, their faces beet red.
Ryan, damn you!
Gasp! "She came onto me. I already told her I was married, but she still insisted." He blamed her to save himself. "What? What the heck are you saying? You were the one saying you preferred me." She fired back.
I never said anything like that. Jessica, please, honey, believe me.
He broke down in tears and sweat, clinging to me. But I had absolutely no intention of believing him. With all this evidence here, it doesn't matter who tempted who. It's clear who crossed the line. I can't trust you anymore. So let's get a divorce. I smiled and added, Oh, and I will be sure to bill you for the wedding expenses and compensation for emotional distress for this incident. I gave them a dramatic turn with my wedding dress and headed back to the dressing room. I felt like wearing a pure white dress would be the first and the last time then. It was quite a disaster of a wedding, but at least I got to wear the top-notch dress. As I looked at myself in the mirror, someone knocked on the door and came in. Nancy, you freaking did it. You were amazing. Hearing that, I felt relieved, and tears started flowing without me realizing it. She had been helping me with all the preparations until that day. She gently stroked my back as I cried. Those tears weren't tears of regret. Rather, they were tears of joy from winning. I've got to shame them in front of everyone. I may not have been lucky with my husband, but it seemed I'd been lucky with friends through him. A few days later, I filed for divorce and demanded compensation from Ryan through a lawyer. He was quite shocked by the total cost of the wedding. I had chosen quite expensive items for the dress and wedding favors, as he said I could do whatever I wanted. It was his fault for delegating everything. Rumors spread at his workplace that he was a terrible cheating husband since his co-workers attended the wedding. It became uncomfortable for him to continue working there, and he resigned. As for Samantha, I also demanded compensation for the stolen accessories and jewelries. It turned out she had been stealing from me every time she came over to the apartment. She was jobless living with her parents. Even after she sold all the brand name items her ex bought for her, it didn't reach the amount I charged her. I heard her parents cover the expenses for her and told her to start working and pay them back. Otherwise, they would cut ties with her. She reluctantly started working at some countryside inn, factory, or ranch, living there as part of the job. Well, considering she had never lived alone or worked before, she must have been going through quite a bit of struggle. A few years has passed since then. I had been thinking I was done with marriage until I had this unexpected encounter. It was Nancy's brother. Since the incident, I'd been hanging out more with her as a close friend, going camping together. One time, her brother came along, and the camp food he made was insanely delicious. He was a chef at the restaurant, and coincidentally, it was near my office. I was captivated by his cooking, started frequenting the restaurant, and with Nancy's help, we started dating. Now I'm married to him, enjoying his delicious homemade dishes on weekends.